an honor to be standing here with one of the best governors in the United States of America, Martin O'Malley. It's great to be with someone who's always had my back, your Congressman and our Majority Leader, Steny Hoyer, in the House. I'm proud to be here with your outstanding senators, Barbara Mikulski and Ben Cardin. Some of your outstanding congressmen, Chris Van Hollen and Elijah Cummings and Donna Edwards and John Sarbanes. I'm proud to be here with Lieutenant Governor Anthony Brown. Anthony and I went to law school together. He looks younger than me, though. Doesn't have as much gray hair. And I want to thank President of Bowie State, Mickey Burnham. Thank you so much for your hospitality. Now, let me say up front a few words about Martin. Here's a man who made tough choices in tough times to move Maryland forward. His rock-solid support for public education has made Maryland schools the best in America 2 years in a row. The best in America. Not the best on the East Coast. Not the best in the Mid-Atlantic states, the best in America. His innovative policies have helped drive violent crime down to its lowest level since 1975. His smart leadership helped turn around Chesapeake Bay. And thanks to decisions that he made along with my good friend Tim Kaine in Virginia, the blue crab population's up 60% over last year. And that's good news to folks who make their living on the bay, and it's good news to folks who like good eating. So Martin's been a great governor for a great state, which is why I hope you are fired up in these last few weeks. I hope you're ready to fight for Martin so he can keep fighting for you. Because there's an election coming up that's going to say a lot about the future. Your future, but also the future of this country. Now, I love you back, but I've got a good... But I want to talk about this election now. I do love you, though. Two years ago, you defied the conventional wisdom in Washington. You remember. They said you can't overcome the cynicism of our politics. You can't overcome the power of the special interests. You can't make progress on the big challenges of our time. You can't elect an African American with a funny name. They said, no, you can't. I'm sorry, what'd you say? You said, yes, we can. Here's the thing, though. Here's the trick. Because I know everybody here remembers the inauguration, and even though it was cold, everybody was having a great time. Beyonce was singing, and Bono, and everybody thought, you know, this is great. But our victory in that campaign, that wasn't the end of the road. That was the beginning. The campaign by itself didn't deliver the change that we needed. It just gave us the chance to make change happen. And it made each of you shareholders in the mission of rebuilding our country and reclaiming our future. And I'm back today 2 years later, because the success of that mission is at stake. We've got a lot at stake right now. On November 2nd, I'm going to need you just as fired up as you were in 2008. Just as fired up. I want us to just go down memory lane here for the last 20 months, so we understand where we've been, what we have to do, and where we're going. After that last election, it was my hope that we could pull people together, Democrats and Republicans, because we had to confront the worst economic crisis since the Great Depression. The worst, by far, in most of our lifetimes. Because although we're proud to be Democrats, we're prouder to be Americans. We wanted to bring everybody together. And I know there are plenty of Republicans who feel the same way in this country. But unfortunately, when we arrived in Washington, the Republicans in Congress, they had a different idea. They knew it would take more than a couple of years to climb out of this unbelievable recession that they had created. They knew that by the time the midterm rolled around, that people would still be out of work, that people would still be frustrated. And they figured that if we just sat on the sidelines and opposed every idea, every compromise that I offered, if they spent all their time attacking Democrats instead of attacking problems, that somehow they would prosper at the polls. So they spent the last 20 months saying no, even to policies that they'd supported in the past. No to middle-class tax cuts. No to help for small businesses. No to a bipartisan deficit reduction commission that they had once sponsored. I said yes, they said no. I'm pretty sure if I said the sky was blue, they'd say no. If I said they're fish in the sea, they'd say no. See, their calculation was, if Obama fails, then we win. That was their calculation. Well, they might have thought that playing political games would get them through an election, but I knew it wasn't going to get America through our crisis. So I made a different choice. Instead of playing politics, I took whatever steps were necessary to stop an economic free fall. I did what we needed to do, even if it wasn't popular, even if it wasn't easy. Because y'all did not elect me to do what was easy. You didn't elect me to spend all day looking at the polls and figure out how to keep me in office. You elected me to do what was right. That's why you elected me, to do what's right. And 20 months later, we no longer face the possibility of a second depression. Our economy is growing again. Private sector jobs have grown 8 months in a row. Thanks to Martin O'Malley's leadership, Maryland has gained over 33,000 jobs since January, the best start of a year since 2000, which, by the way, was the last time Democrats were in charge. There are 3 million